Alright, so welcome. Today we are going to be talking about what designing a character is about. And before you even put pen on the paper, you always want to think about what your character is about, who their personality is, what their job is, and elements like that. So I made this character sheet, and it's pretty easy to use. There's 4 quadrants, basically the world, self, job, influences, and then the center is actual character design. So the outside ring is the influences, basically what's happening on the outside, and the inside is the details that actually make the character design. So you can see, first I'm going to start off with the world itself. I'm going to talk about what happened in the world and basically start taking notes. So I can write things like post-apocalyptic and war, and adding in limited supplies, and things are cobbled together, and basically no magic. The world is violent, so on and so forth. So basically I'm creating a list of what ultimately is going on in the world. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to the job, and I'm going to start talking about what this person does that I'm designing. And in this case, he's kind of a mechanic, a little bit of an engineer. He creates some traps, he's always on the move, and he's basically moving from place to place. I'm going to talk about his self. And so his self is things about him. Like, you know, he's kind of gritty, he's hard-nosed, he's stubborn, he's kind of muscular. And so just, it's more of the description of, you know, what I see when I see him. And then I'm going to talk about his influences. You know, he's been robbed several times, he's lost a child, and he's basically a good fighter. And so with these influences, then I'm going to go into the center ring and start defining my elements of the character. So, you know, because the world is developed the way it has, he's not going to be wearing, you know, a 3-piece suit. He's going to have mismatched clothing. His clothing is probably going to be beat up. He's going to have a collection of different tools he's found, and he's going to carry everything with him. So probably a backpack or something along those lines. He's also going to have knives and swords and bats and things like that. And then he's going to be using, you know, he's going to try and multi-purpose his weapons into maybe wrenches and things like that. He's going to probably be wearing thick and heavy clothes, something that's durable, and he's going to be probably full of grease, and he's going to have a lot of odds and ends and parts that he can carry with him, things that he can kind of use on the fly, so baler twine, things like that. And basically he's going to have a big backpack, and he's probably going to have messy hair because, you know, he's just kind of that geekish mechanic style kind of process. And the same thing goes for his self. I want him to have a larger upper body. I'm thinking more German-like features, hawk-like nose, things like that. And basically, again, going with, you know, being robbed several times, he's probably going to carry more weapons. And he's probably going to have some traps, things that are on his package that people can steal and basically open right there, and he'll get the upper hand from him. If he's a fighter, I think I'm going to have him have bandaged wrists, basically, you know, things that identify maybe a broken nose, things like that. And then because of the lost child, I'm going to add a teddy bear that he carries with him wherever he goes. And so it's little things like that that kind of describe him as a character, and that gives me something to work off of while I draw. So ultimately, that's what I use for character design, and you're free to get it. It'll be on my website on the link below. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thanks for watching.